I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan and this channel is dedicated to skincare for skin of colour. As you know, I'm a doctor, but I'm also a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of colour. So today's video is all about skin functional. I've been asked so many times by Dr. V Inky hackers in South Africa and Africa to review this brand. As you know, none of my videos have ever been sponsored and none of my videos will ever be sponsored. This is purely evidence-based information on products that we should and shouldn't be purchasing for our skin. Now you might be asking, but Dr. V, what's the difference between skin of colour and Caucasian skin? Why do they need different skincare? Well, for a few reasons. Number one, our skin pigments very quickly. I always say one scratch, one bite or one burn and we hyperpigment. So we can't afford to irritate our skin barrier. And unfortunately, the vast majority of products on the shelf weren't designed with that in mind. The second thing is that our skin conditions are different to Caucasians. So for example, Caucasian skin will wrinkle faster, but skin of color will hyperpigment faster. And so for us, you know, melasma, PIH from ingrown hairs, post-acne pigmentation, these things, you know, last longer than the original assault to the skin. So for example, you know, your acne mark might go, but there's a brown mark that is then left for years after that we suffer with. So we do need different ingredients, we do need different percentages, and we do need different formulas. So I just want to make sure that our family is using the best products available without irritating the skin. So Skin Functional was quite an interesting brand actually. So I reached out to them and I asked them for their full Inky list because the full Inky list is not on their website, and they were kind enough to send me their bestsellers and the full Inky list, which I appreciated because it meant that I could then give you a fantastic video review of every single product. But overall, I'm actually very impressed with this brand. I wasn't sure what to expect going into it, but I think the fact that a lot of you have recommended I do this video means that you'd already assessed this brand yourself. So I am quite happy with it, and we're going to do their best sellers. If that sounds good to you, give me a thumbs up. Let's dive right in. Okay, so starting off with the first product, which is the 2% Ceramide plus GABA liquid moisturizer. Okay, so ceramides are basically fats found in the epidermis, the top layer of skin. They comprise about 50% of the epidermis. They live in between the skin cells and their primary job is just to retain moisture in our skin. As we age, we lose ceramides, and that's one of the reasons our skin starts to look dull and feels dry. There are other reasons too, but that's one of the reasons. And actually ceramides are really important to replenish, especially as we're aging. I really like this formula. It's NAF safe, which means there's no denatured alcohol in it, which can dry the skin, no fragrance, which can lead the #1 cause of contact dermatitis, and there's no essential oils in it too, which can sensitize the skin. So they've got the basics right on this product. It's also non-comedogenic, which I love too. The problem with this product is that ceramides in skincare are already unstable, and so actually you really want to put ceramides in an airless pump to ensure their efficacy. If they switch this product into an airless pump, I would 100% recommend that product. As it is, I really like the product. It's not going to harm your skin, but I just think it could be a bit better. So it's good for dry, aging skin. I just think this can be taken up one more notch and would become a Dr. V approved product. So the next product is their 2% Hyaluronic Acid plus 4% BHA Hydration Juice. So they use hydroxyethyl urea, which is a humectant, so it's a water magnet. It's hydrating. They also use hyaluronic acid, which is obviously also a water magnet, also a humectant. I do love this formula. It is NAF safe, but I would make sure you top it up with a fatty moisturizer on top, just to make sure that water is coming from the fatty moisturizer and not from deeper in the skin layers. Or alternatively at nighttime, use a humidifier so that there's water in the air that's being absorbed by the hyaluronic acid. Your skin will feel plump the next day, which is how I want you to feel. The mistake people make with hyaluronic acid is that they don't do this step and then their skin actually feels drier the next day, which is obviously not what we want. So yeah, just make sure that water is coming from either your moisturizer or a humidifier at nighttime. Okay, so the next product here is the 6% Mandelic Toner. I love the formula. Mandelic is my favorite AHA. I'm sure you guys all know this by now. So AHA is an alpha hydroxy acid. It's an effective exfoliator, but there are different forms of AHAs. It starts off with glycolic acid, which is a very small molecule. It's the most popular in skincare, but my least favorite for skin of color because it tends to fly through the skin. And if you don't neutralize it, it can lead to hot spots, which is basically pigmentation in specific localized areas, and that's due to the molecular weight of glycolic acid. Then there's lactic acid. Lactic acid I love too. It is quite hydrating as an exfoliator. Mandelic is my favorite because Mandelic is a large molecule. Is extremely difficult to burn with Mandelic acid, which is music to my ears. And it's very effective at exfoliating. I use it actually as a carrier molecule to get ingredients deeper into the skin, especially when I'm treating pigmentation. So I love this ingredient. And you'll get great exfoliation specifically for sensitive skin with this. It is a safe product. In terms of exfoliation for skin of color, I would always either opt for Mandelic acid or lactic acid up to 7%, just so that you're aware. I would avoid physical exfoliation of the skin because it can lead to micro tears. You get this instant gratification because your skin instantly looks like it's glowing, but actually your skin can become quite sensitive over a period of time. And that's the exact opposite of what we want. Okay, moving on to the next product I thought I would love. And this is the 20% tetrahexyl decal ascorbate vitamin C, my favorite form of vitamin C because it is fat soluble. It penetrates into the dermis to help restore collagen. It's the one that I use in all my products. But it is an antioxidant and they do work best in combination with other antioxidants in order to stabilize it. Also, if they put this in an airless opaque packaging, it would have been better because the primary goal of this particular product is an antioxidant, and so you don't want oxygen around the antioxidant because it will oxidize and become less effective. And I have the same issue with their retinaldehyde. Again, I was so excited about their retinaldehyde because there's so few products with retinaldehyde in it. But it's the exact same issue, not stabilizing it with other antioxidants and then not putting it in an airless packaging. The next one is a Rescue Oil Barrier Support. So I love this oil. It has great emollients in it. For example, squalene. It's got cannabis sativa seed oil, which I formulate with myself. And it's got anti-inflammatory bisabolol, which is excellent. I do love using anti-inflammatory specifically on skin of color. I would apply this at night time over your moisturizer, basically as a barrier to lock in actives and to prevent water from evaporating from the face at night time. I want you to have hydration on your skin at night because then you're creating a healing environment for your skin when there's no other assaults taking place. There's no UV, there's no pollution at night time. So this is the time that I want your skin to basically just rest and recover. So I love this ingredient specifically for dry, sensitive skin. So please do buy this product. This is a keeper. Okay, so the next product is the Retexturing Honey Smoothing Gel. So to be honest, you're unlikely to get any smoothing of your texture of skin from this product because texture of skin changes due to collagen loss. So for example, when you have acne and you have cystic acne and that cyst either bursts or erupts, you have a sudden loss of collagen and that's what leads to texturing of skin. So it's a collagen problem. It's not going to be fixed by something you put on the surface unless it's penetrating and stimulating collagen production. So this product is hydrating. It's a hydrating serum with BHA and niacinamide. BHA is your salicylic acid, which is great for oily acne prone skin, and your niacinamide, which is basically everyone's best friend, and you really just need it in your skincare routine, whether it's sensitive skin, whether it's aging, whether it's for acne, whether it's for pigmentation. It has multiple benefits. So it is a nice serum for acne, but to be honest, you're not really going to see much scar improvement with this one. So it's a maybe for me, but just don't have high hopes on improving the texture of the skin. Okay, so the next one is 2% alpha Arbutin. It's a very good alpha Arbutin. It's a nail-safe product. I like this product. It's first line for pigmentation. So what I always say is start cheap. And I would start with this product, plus add maybe even their niacinamide and an SPF 50 like Inzincable, the mineral sunscreen for skin of color that I formulated. So you can do that for 3 to 6 months. If you're seeing results, great. If you're not, then you can upgrade. So what I found is with pigmentation for skin of color, we do tend to require about 8 to 10 tyrosinase inhibitors combined together in a cocktail in order to reduce pigmentation, and it didn't exist. And so I basically created the world's first pigmentation kit for the face for skin of color, and it's basically a 2-piece kit with 8 to 10 tyrosinase inhibitors and antioxidants in it in order to slow down the rate of the melanocyte, the cell producing the pigment melanin. And again, you see results about 3 to 6 months later. I've done a whole video just on the facial pigmentation kit, but like I always say, this is an expensive kit and you do not start with this kit. You start cheap. You start with your alpha arbutin, tranexamic acid, niacinamide, and your SPF 50 and see how you get on with that first. But there's an option to upgrade if needed. That's what I want to create for you. The next one is a 0.5% retinol. I love the percentage. I think that's very important. Often we think more is better, but actually with retinol, if you go for 1%, you're likely to see flaking, sensitivity, and damage of the skin barrier, which is why I don't recommend it for skin of color. Because retinol is an alcohol, let's not forget. It's an irritating ingredient. It does have humectants in it such as glycerin, which is important when you're using a drying ingredient like retinol. It's also got an anti-inflammatory in it, panthenol, which I love too. It's a nail-safe product, but it's not an airless packaging, which means it may not be as effective. I think this is something a lot of manufacturers do need to improve, is making sure they're putting antioxidants. If that's the primary goal, is the antioxidant, then you want to stabilize it with other antioxidants and put it in airless opaque packaging in order to ensure its efficacy at usage, because otherwise there's no light to tell you, oh, this product is working or this product is not working. You don't know if it's already oxidized in the bottle. You know, there's no test for you to do at home. So I just think that needs to be tweaked and improved. Don't forget, I'm in the comment section for 1 hour at the launch of every single video. I release 3 videos a week for you, so do hit that notification bell. Do follow me on Instagram at the Hyperpigmentation Clinic and Skincare by Dr. B. And don't forget TikTok, Dr. Vanita Rattan too. Don't forget to download your free guide for skincare for skin of color, and the link is down below. I'll see you later. Bye.